Hello and welcome to Earth Echoes with Amber Fields. I am Amber Fields and I am here on the south rim of the Grand Canyon at a place called Yaqui Point, and there's quite the spectacular view. It's still a little bit before the sun has risen over the horizon, and so I'm hoping as light illuminates the canyon, you can get a little bit of a better view down into the depths towards the Colorado River. But I would like to read another piece by Jason Gray this morning titled Hate Disguised as Love, because I feel like right now there's a lot of hate going around being disguised as love. So it's something important to talk about. One of the greatest deceptions in this world is hate disguised as love. It moves through society unnoticed, cloaked in false virtue, manipulative concern, and the illusion of righteousness. This deception is so subtle that those who remain asleep within the constructs of the world mistake it for genuine care, compassion, and moral superiority. For the awakened, this illusion is as transparent as glass. They see the hidden malice behind the carefully chosen words, the control behind the gestures of kindness, and the resentment lurking beneath the mask of concern. Hate in the guise of love is not simply an individual trait. It is systemic, cultural, and deeply embedded in human interactions. It masquerades as protection, as duty, as discipline, as righteousness, and even as self-sacrifice. Beneath all these disguises, it remains what it truly is: control, suppression, and the exertion of dominance over another. The many faces of hate wearing love's mask. Moral superiority, the love that condemns. One of the most insidious forms of hate disguised as love is the so-called righteous condemnation. It comes from people who claim to care for others but seek to control their thoughts, behaviors, and beliefs under the guise of moral concern. This is the parent who suffocates their child's individuality, claiming, "I only want what's best for you." It is the religious zealot who condemns those who think differently but proclaims their hate as love, saying, "I only want to save your soul." In both cases, love is a weapon rather than a refuge. The true intent is not to uplift, but to dominate, not to nurture, but to dictate. The awakened can see that love does not require obedience. It does not thrive on conditions. True love offers guidance, not control. The protective tyrant, love that smothers. Another deception is the idea that absolute control is an act of love. This is the toxic relationship where one partner justifies manipulation, isolation, or even violence by claiming they are protecting the other. "I only do this because I love you," they say, after tearing their partner down emotionally. "I can't let you make mistakes," says the parent who refuses to let their child experience freedom. The reality is that love does not imprison. It does not clip wings in the name of safety. Love empowers. Those who are truly awake see that control wrapped in the disguise of love is nothing more than fear and domination in disguise. The martyr complex, love that resents. There's a form of love that claims self-sacrifice but harbors deep resentment. It is the person who spends their life serving others but constantly reminds them of their sacrifices. After all I've done for you, how could you do this to me? This is not love. It is emotional debt. True love does not keep a ledger. The awakened see this form of false love for what it truly is: manipulation, guilt-tripping, and a hunger for validation rather than an act of genuine care. The silent saboteur. Love that undermines. Some forms of hate disguised as love are whispered rather than shouted. This is the friend or family member who subtly undermines someone under the pretense of concern. I just don't want you to get hurt, they say, while discouraging another from taking a risk. You don't want to embarrass yourself, they warn while secretly hoping for failure. This form of deception is dangerous because it appears as concern but is actually envy, bitterness, or an unconscious attempt to keep others from outgrowing them. Love celebrates another's success. It does not seek to prevent it. The awakened feel the energetic pull of these words, sensing the fear and resentment behind them. Why the awakened see through it. To the unawakened, these forms of false love feel real because they do not recognize their own patterns of fear, conditioning, and emotional manipulation. Those who are awake have transcended the illusions of the conditioned mind. They no longer mistake attachment for love, control for guidance, or sacrifice for kindness. They have learned to discern the energy behind words, to feel the vibration behind actions. The awakened see intent, not just words. A person can say all the right things, but the awakened do not listen only to the words. They feel the frequency behind them. When someone says, I love you, and that is why I'm doing this, the awakened immediately sense whether that statement is driven by genuine love or hidden control. Words can lie, but energy never does. They recognize the chains of conditional love. False love always comes with conditions. If you love me, you will do this. If you were a good person, you would believe this. True love sets free. It does not bind. The awakened have experienced the difference and refuse to accept anything that demands submission under the guise of love. They are immune to guilt manipulation. Those who live in illusion are deeply susceptible to guilt tactics. They are controlled by phrases like, how could you do this to me? After everything I've done for you. The awakened see guilt for what it is, a tool of control used by those who wish to keep others bound. They do not fall for emotional debts disguised as kindness. They trust their inner knowing. The awakened do not need to be convinced of what is true. They feel it. If someone's love feels heavy, suffocating, or conditional, they recognize it for what it is. They do not override their intuition for the sake of societal norms or family expectations. The path to true love. For those who have awakened to the deception of false love, the next step is to embody true love in its highest form. This means love without control, allowing others to be fully themselves without demands or conditions. Love without ego, giving freely without expecting something in return. Love without fear, supporting others without trying to shield them from growth through struggle. True love liberates, it does not bind. It is fearless. It does not suppress. It radiates from within rather than seeking validation from without. The more one awakens, the more they embody this higher love, and the less susceptible they become to the deception of hate in disguise. For those who remain blind, the illusion persists. For those with eyes to see, the deception is exposed, and once seen, it can never again be unseen. Jason Gray. Well, one thing's for sure. The place that I am is pure love. Thank goodness. As is